So in this video I'm going to show you about the a little gotcha with replacing a clutch in a D22 Nissan Navara 2.5 turbo diesel. This one's a 2011 model. So just wanted to show you, it's all the normal stuff you have to do to pull a gearbox out. You know, the jack shaft off, all the bolts out around the bell housing, all the clutch componentry off, everything else that you've got to do to get access. But the real gotcha here with these is the torsion bars. So if you look up here, you'll see that the back of the transfer case, back up here, the bottom of that transfer case, where is it? Down here where my finger is. Sorry, Mr. Lee. This one, the bottom of this transfer case will not clear this cross member. So even if you push that right up, it'll foul up the top there. So you can't push it up enough to get that back to get access to the clutch. So what you got to do is disassemble. So you're right on here, the measurement for this, so it goes back the same way. So you loosen that off, then you take the torsion preload off those, then you can crack off the bar, then you can crack these two, knock them out, and then take that whole cross member out. Then you can drop down the whole transmission. Same on the other side, take both of them out, drop down the transmission, and then you're right to go. Little tip for pulling the clutch out of a D22 Navara diesel. So here we are a bit later in the day. We've got the gearbox removed. You can see there that we've damaged the pressure plate pulling it out because we caught it on that tooth, but you've got to have one of these stands. I mean, you could do this on the floor, but by God, it's going to be hard. You stick the back of the transmission up over that cross member, and we've used a safety chain up over there and that bar over the top of the chassis to hold all that down so that we can take the weight off the transmission jack and it's still safe. Now, we did have one trouble up in here, up behind the starter motor. There's that bolt just there and the head's around the other side. So that sneaky little prick is going to catch you out if you don't know where it is. But the way to find it is you drop off the plate from under here and you look up on through an angle here like this, and then you'll be able to spot it right on top of the starter motor. Don't forget that one, or you're going to find your gearbox is going to be stuck. Okay, back here for part 3 of the clutch replacement on this 2011 D22. Found something pretty interesting when we went to put it all back together. So we've done the clutch and put it back together, but notice here, this cross member here, we've had to loosen off the bolts to get it in because it tended to foul just up the top of the tunnel there. The top of the box just fouled just enough. You could get it out, they couldn't get the bastard back in. So so we've done that and we're away. Now, something else that we did was we smashed the crank angle sensor getting it out. So you'll be well advised to take your crank angle sensor out before you try to pull your box out. And then the way to do it is just get it on the stand there. You see we got it on the jack. Make sure you use your safety chains. Look at this big heavy fella we got here. This big heavy chain going around through a pipe up the top. Up there, see that bit of pipe up there? That saved our skin when it slipped and fell off. So it took a couple of us to give it a shunt and a grunt and a groan. And she's in. And now time to put her all back together. So there's a few tips and tricks about doing a clutch in a D22. Bit of a challenge, certainly not for a beginner, but you know, it can be done.